Hi, this is Pastor Marleen Griffith-Stull coming to you for a brief message for our young and young at heart. This is our second Sunday in Lent, and this Sunday, Jesus says something that the disciples really don't know what to do with. In Mark chapter 8, Jesus begins to teach them that he, the Son of Man, must undergo great suffering and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and even be killed and rise after 3 days. And then we go on and he says, if you want to become my followers, deny yourselves and take up your cross and follow me. Lent is a time to really focus on the cross of Christ. And so today I thought I'd share some crosses that I have and tell you a little bit about what each of them means to me and how each of them helps us remember the cross of Christ. One is the cross that we have here in the sanctuary all the time, and hopefully when you're back in the sanctuary you'll get to see it better. But this is the cross that we have usually sitting right behind me, and I'll put it back when we're finished today. But it's called a crucifix because it has the body of Jesus on it, and it reminds us of Jesus' suffering and his death for our sins. So when you see a crucifix, that's what you can remember. And you will see a lot of those around. Now there's other crosses you might see too. In fact, here's one that my brother-in-law made one time for us, and this has the crown on it to remind you of Good Friday and the crown of thorns that Jesus wore. But you can also remove that and just have a plain cross. And when you see a plain cross, you can remember that it's empty. You can remember that even though Jesus died on the cross, that's not the end of the story. The cross is plain and reminds us that Jesus rose again. In fact, the cross that I often wear, I'll take my gloves off for a minute here. The cross that I often wear, if you can see it well enough, it is an empty cross, but it's a little fancier. And that's to remind us of the glory of the resurrection. So this is kind of an Easter cross to remind me that Jesus not only died, but rose again for each one of us, and how joyous it is to see the cross. Now, I'm pretty sure that if you look around your homes and you look around places that you go, you will see crosses. And I want you to notice them this Lent. And when you notice them, think about what each one is telling you about. Is it a crucifix telling you, reminding you of Jesus' death? Is it a plain cross reminding you that Jesus rose again? Or maybe even a very fancy plain cross, reminding you not only that the cross was empty, but that Jesus rose and ascended into heaven, and that we have glory because of Christ's death and resurrection. So I encourage you to look for crosses throughout Lent and focus on what they mean and talk about that with your families. Thanks for joining me today.